Do you ever wonder how you formed your personality? What motivates you? I know I've been in situations where people challenge me and get in my face and I'm activated. I know that Michael Jordan is activated by challenge. And then there's other people where if you just encourage them more, they step up and they take action. You're running a marathon, somebody says, "Come on, buddy, you got this." And the guy's like, "Okay, let me go." There are ingredients that motivate people, but in different ways. In this video, you're going to find out what is the proportion of those ingredients that activate you to unleash your potential, and is going to allow you to have some awareness around how to motivate and unleash other people's potential. Because otherwise, you might be using your way of succeeding or motivating yourself and trying to put that on somebody else, and you'll notice it doesn't work so well, does it? So let's discover what the ingredients are and how to dole those out in the right proportion so that not only you can succeed, but other people as well. So for many years, I tried to figure out how to get people motivated. And I was motivated mostly my life by challenge. My father challenged me to do things on the farm, and I grew up the youngest of 7 kids. And so I had a lot of challenge. And so I respond to challenge. And then so I started to motivate people with challenge. And I realized that not everybody had the same history I had. And so they responded differently. And I want to give you a bit of a metaphor that really resonated with me. So in life, there are 3 components that I found are the ingredients that motivate people at the highest. The first one is support. And I would say I look at support as the soil for a tree. And what happens if there's not good soil is that you end up with not a rich amount of support for the tree. And therefore, that tree in a desert doesn't grow, in a swamp it falls down. Number 2, if you're going to grow a tree, then you want to be able to have enough sunshine, right? Sunshine is a metaphor for encouragement. So the soil supports the tree, the sun encourages the tree to grow, and then you have the wind that tests the strength of the tree, and that's your challenge. And so as it tests it, what happens is the tree ends up growing stronger and deeper roots in order to withstand the challenge. If you're teaching somebody how to play tennis and you're an adult playing against a 4-year-old, there's not a lot of challenge. But if you play against somebody that's better than you, you tend to step up and grow and push yourself because the crosswinds of that person's game is stronger. And so if you only have lots of support, let's say you're a parent and you support your child and you do their homework for you, make their lunch, and you put in a little love note into the box and they get this tons of support. They at school, they may not have a backbone to defend themselves. Does that make sense? However, if there's no support and they have no lunch and they live up in a tough neighborhood and they have to fend for themselves and they have to do their homework on their own and they have no help because their parents aren't there or their parents don't help them, then they end up becoming with an edge, and they feel like life is difficult, and sometimes somebody goes to support them, they're cynical or they're not ready for it. Does that make sense? So for me as a coach, I'm looking for, how did you grow up? What was your environment? Was it supportive or non-supportive? Did you have encouragement or not a lot of encouragement? Did you have the crosswinds of challenge that were just enough so you stepped up, or were they too much that you would collapse and then you would feel overwhelmed and then you would quit? So support, encourage, and challenge, it's such a great way for you to discover how are you going to step up and motivate yourself, and how do you do it with other people. And if you're a parent, let me explain to you exactly how parents could motivate and inspire their children so it's balanced as well. So if you're a parent, or maybe if you're a child, or you were a child once upon a time, I want you to reflect back on this metaphor because I really think it makes sense. If you're going to be a healthy family, I believe that the mother represents the support in the relationship of nurturing the process of growing up a good human. I also believe that the father, or the masculine energy, could represent the challenge. and they both share in the encouragement. So check this out. If you've got a child that's riding a bike, say they're 4 or 5 years old, they're riding their bike and then they fall over and they start to cry. The mom runs over and she's like, honey, are you okay? Are you okay? Did you cut yourself? Let mommy kiss it. And then dad comes over and he's like, that was super cool, man. Nice fall, son. Way to go. And then they both encourage. So mom's like, come on, get up, sweetheart. And the dad's like, that's right, get back up on that bike. Show me again what you got. And the kid's kind of like, I'm safe, I'm excited, I don't know, I'm afraid, but you know what, okay, Dad, I'll get back on. Yeah, okay, I got this. Yeah, okay, yeah, yay. Think about how beautiful that is. And I truly believe that if you're going to do that for yourself or for the people on your team, then you're going to have to understand the perspective of all three: support, encourage, and challenge. All right, so depending on how you were raised, you're going to have a different filter for S.E.C, support, encourage, and challenge. As an example, I was raised on a farm, and I had a lot of the challenge piece. I had a lot of the adversity. And so I grew up almost looking for it and being very comfortable with it. And it makes me think of a quote that in life, if you do what is difficult, life will be easy. But if you do what is easy, life will be difficult. Now imagine the opposite. Maybe you were raised in the city to very wealthy parents, or in an environment where you didn't have to do many chores or much, and you had tons of support. You might not have a natural tendency to do the things that are difficult. I know I had a few friends I hung out with in high school, and they lived more down at the support and the cushy household versus me on the farm. And I'd often go visit them, and I'd have comments from their parents like, Jeff, I told you to clean up your room. And he's like, yeah, Mom, I'll get to it later. And that wouldn't fly in my household. So I don't know what worked in your household, but you might want to look at this filter of support, encourage, and challenge and think, what motivates you? And then what motivates the people on your team? I had this one client of mine that almost made it to a pro tennis player. And when I asked him what his coaching environment was and why he quit, he said that he had a ton of support. His father paid his lessons, drove him there, drove him home. And he had a ton of challenge because his coach was really tough on him and his father was tough. But he had very little encouragement. After a tough game, his father didn't say, hey, you know what, you'll get him next time. He goes, we're gonna practice harder. I'm gonna get the coach to come in, we'll do double workouts, go. And so he got tons of challenge and a good amount of support, but very little encouragement. So his mind went on and attached a meaning of, this isn't worth it. Why bother? I don't want to be this person who's grinded down to the bone. Nobody cares about me. So it's really important that if you're going to maximize the results in your life, that you understand the dynamic between these three elements, and that you find out what is going to motivate you, and that you also decide or figure out what's going to motivate the people on your team. Because if you don't encourage somebody like him, that person's going to quit on you, and then you're not going to be able to build your team. So support, encourage, and challenge first for yourself, and then for other people on the team, and discover how you can reach your full potential. All right, so we've all heard this before. Don't hang out with those people. Because if there's 5 people that are eating junk food, you're going to be the 6th. If there's 8 people that are broke, you're going to be the 9th. As humans, we want to belong, we want to connect, and we want to matter. So if we know that, then how important is it for you to hang out with other hard-charging entrepreneurs? Well, if that's what you want, is you want the result of being an entrepreneur, you want to be financially free, you want to be healthy, vibrant, and strong, then you need to find those people. And I couldn't find those people, so I created a tribe of those people. And now 8 years later, there are literally thousands of people that share the same values. People that want to grab life big and people that want to become financially free. If that's something that sounds cool to you, then make sure that you click the link below and you can learn more about my mastermind group called M1, and maybe I'll see you on the inside.